Recorded. Uh, okay, honestly, we did not do this exercise in our groups. It is from University of Bhaktivedanta, not from School of Bhagavatam. So I also just looked through and I have some ideas which I could share, but I also don't have like exact answers. It is, um, and I guess um as I have heard, those who participated in these exercises in City of Bhaktivedanta, they also did not have like clear answers, but just on this, it is just for our meditation discussion, just to make us think about verses.
I see. So it seems like Madhavananda Prabhu and Krishna Kund not joining today, right?
Mhm.
Dil Purushottam Prabhu, and what do you think if we just, because I think the whole point of that why we chose the prayers of Kunti was that Madhavananda Prabhu gonna talk
Yes.
on it. He writes the review for the book, and I don't know, maybe we just can try today to at least to try to apply, like this 10 topics, the viewing of 10 topics in prayers of Bhagavatam, and since we don't have new material for the upcoming course, maybe next time when Madana Prabhu and Krishna Kund will be able to join, so they can like tell us what Madana Prabhu wanted to share. So and we can go maybe even more to what we can try to do today. So what you both thinking about that?
Yeah, and I definitely don't feel prepared properly. Didn't find I expected I will have a space for me to go into the prayers, read it, and then see the connections. But unfortunately, my time was stolen from me
Yes, exactly.
by the will of Providence.
Yeah, I understand. Can relate for sure.
And I didn't read the full purport by
Me too.
Shloka.
Honestly, me too.
So that's probably less than what we need.
We can try to do something together. This is one thing. Or we can go and use this 1 hour to read ourselves deep, and go deep, one by like on our own. So
Or to not let our minds convince us that we don't have a time for it, we could read it loud here, maybe
Yeah.
switching verse by verse.
Yeah, that's also an option, and then we can, try to see what topics of Bhagavatam are,
Because if you tell me, okay, now switch off and you can read it for yourself, I can
I would never
tell,
find time for that.
rest assured that's not what I'm gonna do. Unfortunately, I would love to.
Exactly. That's with me the same. Definitely not gonna go deeper on my own.
So if we can probably we won't cover the whole thing because it's quite a few verses
Yeah.
with rather long purports by Prabhupada.
okay,
Yeah.
could someone please chant some Mangala Charan?
Feel Purushottam Prabhu, would you like to?
Or just the Prabhupada's Mangalacharan or
Yeah. Yeah.
Please.
okay, so let's try together. Om
Okay.
Agyanandasya Shalaka Chakshurunamilitamena Tasmai Shri Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Swayam Rupakadam Mandeham Shri Guru Shri Sadvaitam Savadvaitam
Krishna Chaitanya Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Radhika Shri Vishnupada Shri Krishna Karma Sindhu Binabandhu Jagatpate Gopisha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namaskute
Namaste.
Ata Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Rishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamani Hari Priye
Vanchakalpadrubhyascha
Muktarisha Kripa Sindhubhya Vacha
Bhavani.
Namakantabhanebhyo Vaishnavibhyo Namo Namaha
Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya
Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktivinoda
Hare Krishna
Krishna Hare Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai Grantaraj Srimad
Okay. Okay, my computer is very, very slow. I'm trying to open document something.
So
My
what
computer is
start?
quite. How could we start? We can start maybe with questions. Yeah.
Oh, with questions? I thought we were gonna do the specific thing about Kunti. Yeah, the
Yeah,
prayers.
yeah. Yes. But I mean, these questions for each 10 questions for 10 topics of Bhagavatam.
Oh. In what document is that?
It is in something which I sent, like
In the group?
yes, in doc. I can open it on the screen. Okay. I hope. Just a moment. And I can show it on the screen. Just
Okay.
my computer is very slow, but I can do it.
Okay. So and then we go to directly to the verses of Kunti.
Yes.
The prayers of Kunti, I mean, in the 8th chapter.
Mhm.
So it's the document 10 topics of Srimad Bhagavatam as a methodology for comprehending the
Mhm.
absolute.
Yes.
And regarding the prayers, it's 8, 9, and is it?
Is it chapter 8 and verse 18 and 18 till 43?
But the questions,
Okay.
how do they? Choose so we start with the 9. Choose one of the series of prayers in Srimad.
It is only one question which, yes, but there
9,
are
yeah, it's
like
9.
I don't mean these questions. I mean another list of questions.
Okay.
Oh, the 10, number 10. There's a bunch of questions in number 10. Tracy, like, oh, it's a no. It's also no.
Maybe, I don't know. I'm sorry. It just does not work. Just very, very slow.
Maybe we can just open on our phones and read it. Like I already opened that the Opal Shotum open. Maybe you just open on your phone also.
Yeah, I have it. I have it open on a phone.
Okay, I will try. 10 topics.
Why am I ugly or beautiful?
What did you say?
Why am I ugly or beautiful?
Yeah, question.
Yeah, this, yes, number 10. Okay. How did the material world arise? Yes, everybody is asking one question. Yeah, these 10 questions. Okay. So
I didn't get how those questions connected with the 10 topics so much, honestly. So I think they are specifically asking, about our life. So I didn't get how we're using them for the prayers of Kunti. I really don't get it.
So this is how consciousness of a human being develops. And Bhagavatam helps us to develop it further and further. And so first of all, first question which arises in the consciousness is how did this material world appear? And
Yeah, I
and
got those. Yeah, but
like,
I didn't get
let's-
how they connected with the 10 topics and how we're gonna go through the prayers of Kunti and use that as a base for that.
there is also another document with the table. Maybe this will be
okay, like this. Okay. And
cannot find.
meaning the topic of Canto narration, parts of Krishna's body, and
Yes.
silence. That one you mean?
Yes.
Mhm.
So there is this. Okay, first topic is Sarga,
Mm-hmm.
and I cannot, and I'm without text, so I will find. I have to find it, and it is when a living being has no sense of individuality yet, or some kind of freedom or creativity. It's just and just tries to and like feel what is existing, like existence. It's just a field for creation, something new. Krishna.
Like the awareness of I exist and things around me exist. Or
Mm-hmm. And
I think
could
this
you
Russian document really, the presentation one, which it's really nicely. Then 10
Yes,
topics are
but
really.
this is also, I just translated this presentation into this table.
Ah, that's what you did. I see. I see.
yeah, I have it
So it's the
printed.
same. I see.
The table I have it printed because I was
Oh,
You
reading.
can, you also can open this presentation in Russian. It's
okay, it's the same. It's just in Russian and English. I see. That's
yes.
cool.
So is- let's try now to understand this level of consciousness of Sargam. So from our discussions with devotees in Ukrainian groups, Raja Jivana was there, especially like like his words I remember now. Anapayani, I don't know if you know him.
I don't
Uh,
think so.
okay. Then there are so many people who don't ask even questions. They don't try to be creators of their life at all. They don't try somehow to be individuals. And but they they have these questions like what. So to go to from this level when I don't show my individuality, that I am a living being, not some machine or some robot or something. They live like robots, so they have to ask these questions, like where does this word come from? This is like the step forward for development.
Mm-hmm.
Krishna. Что это? And okay, so and how yeah. Actually, yeah, and it is not yet first canto. It is only it is already third canto, not first, not second canto. It is canto 3 and further, Sarga. False ego is created. And next, okay, next level is Visarga. And here already this creativity already starts. And people who are on this level, they ask these questions.
Mhm.
So I am, and I can have another body. I can have another life. I can change my life. They're trying to change their life themselves. They don't ask. They're not talking about God here or something. But they have this desire to change their life. Yeah, and so next stage is sthanam, when a human being understands there are some frames, and not everything is possible. And how is it? Sthanam. There are some laws of nature, some laws of existence in this world, and we cannot we cannot cross these rules. Okay, are you here? Am I don't
Yes.
see anything. I don't.
Mhm.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm just. So my computer is so slow. I even don't see you. I don't know what is going
Mhm.
No,
on.
you don't.
It is not my computer. It's computer of my daughter, a very old one, because my computer is broken. And
Mm.
so I cannot see what are the next questions. I need somehow. Could you read maybe someone these questions of Sthanam level, this level?
But where do we
Gilbert,
get
what-
them?
Mhm. Because I'm on this presentation, the Russian one, which describing these topics. It doesn't describe the questions. So and
Yeah, questions are from the lecture of Maharaj. They are also, I don't know if they are, I think they are in present, maybe in the end of presentation somewhere, in the very end, because he does it like in three three times. He take in his lecture, he took all all 10 topics like 3 times, from 1
So
to 10, from 1 to 10.
these 10
Different.
questions at the 10th question of the whole thing, they fit to the 10 topics. Like, how did the material world arise? Everyone is asking this question. That's the this is the question
Of
for
Sargam.
Sarga.
Then the second one is a question for Visarga. Then the third, why was I born in this particle, is for Poshanam.
Yes. No. Why I was born, it is for Sthanam.
Sthanam. Yes, Sthanam, not option. Sthanam.
I don't
Yes,
see now.
like that?
Could you read these questions of Sthanam? All these questions. I don't see them now.
So I'll read through them. First one
Okay.
for Sarga is, how did the material world arise? Everyone is asking this question. Second for Visarga is, as a result of what living beings, including me among them, receive their bodies? Why is my body this way and not another? Why am I ugly or beautiful? And so on.
Sthanam.
Then third one, Sthanam, is, why was I born in this particular place? And how should I support my existence? How should I maintain my existence? Who will take care of me? How to act based on my nature? In other words, vritti. What should be my course of action here? Shall I continue?
Okay, this was Sthanam, yes. And now next is Poshanam. No,
Yeah.
4.
No, that's fifth, actually. Already.
Maybe says Poshanam is fourth topic though. There is no question for Poshanam?
No,
Oh, really?
there's Sarga, Visarga, Sthanam, Poshanam.
No, Poshanam is number 4.
Yeah.
Sarga, Sthanam, Poshanam. Okay, I opened the questions. Now I see.
How is God involved in my life and helps me rise above my nature? That is the fourth topic of Poshanam. How is God already interfering in my life and helping me get out of the conditioning of my karma? Yeah?
Okay.
I continue. So next is Uti. What makes me take action? What forces push me away from God, despite the fact that He constantly pushes me towards Himself? Calls me to Himself. Calls me to Himself. Okay. 6 is Manvantara, right? If it goes one by one, then how can I take shelter of Krishna and thereby overcome the influence of these forces? Then Ishan Kata. Oh, yeah. How the souls who are completely surrendered to God behave, and how does the Lord protect them? And then Nirodha. What does it mean to be free from karma and focus your mind on God, having emerged free from the captivity of the material world? What happens to those souls who were unable to be released? This is the next topic, Nirodha. And then 9 is how to ultimately achieve liberation and completely restore your spiritual nature, your spiritual body. That's probably the mukti, isn't it? And 10th, which would be Ashraya, I guess, is, and finally, who is God? What are his qualities? What does he do in the spiritual world? How does he communicate with free souls? And what heights can love for him reach? In other words, Srimad Bhagavatam describes the complete cycle from the origin of this world to its destruction, and he helps us understand how a person can break this vicious circle of birth and death, go beyond the limits of evil infinity, so as not to spin in this squirrel wheel of samsara. Squirrel wheel of samsara, that's funny. So these were
Questions.
the 10 topics. And my question is, this should be how to say, foundable in the particular verses of the prayers.
Mhm. Uh,
So it's not necessary that all of the 10 topics gonna be in one set of prayer, correct? We just have to
sure, yes, not
see which topics are explained or touched in the.
Like what's required, what Maharaj is probably hoping for, is that we can, in the text of the Bhagavatam, in the text of the prayers, let's say, we can identify the specific topic discussed by the verse. Or
Mhm.
yes, that is that the point.
Seems like that.
yeah, like specific also state of consciousness, maybe. On yeah, somehow identify topics. So
Mm.
okay, now is first one. No, it's
Let's start
16,
with 18.
Here. Here it is, 18.
Should we read one after another?
Mhm.
With the purport.
I think we won't have time if we do purports. We won't have time to come through a couple of verses even.
I think only text. No,
Only text. Okay.
yeah.
So I was reading now. Now it's
Mhm.
your.
Okay, I can read. Shrimati Kunti said, O Krishna, I offer my obeisances unto you because you are the original personality and are unaffected by the qualities of the material world. You are existing both within and without everything. Yet you are invisible to all. So for me, it is portion here that he is somewhere outside of this world, but uh, he it is nothing about Poshanam here. No, Poshanam is about mercy. But he is somewhere outside, unaffected, and but he is unaffected. That's why yes, okay, he is unaffected. That's why he can be. He can help those who are affected. As he is Satyam, like truth, then only he can help those who are affected. Maybe that's why it's connected for me with Poshanam.
Mhm. Can it also be Ashraya? Because it's ultimately describe Krishna.
Mhm.
It definitely must be Ashraya because it really it really describes the Alakshyam Sarva Bhutanam Ishwaram Prakrite Param. Like he's the Ishwar, he's
Mhm.
actually Ishwaram Prakrite Param could still refer to the sarga as well.
Mhm.
Mhm. Okay.
Yeah, then your in and out is also like the Antarbhahi is also topic of understanding sarga, understanding the Paramatma Tattva. How he is in the creation, yet how he's not really part of the creation. Want to continue or?
Should we read? Should Lila Purushottam, do you want to read? Maybe like one after another we can read.
You read.
Huh?
You read. I read already.
Okay. Okay.
Right.
Being beyond the range of limited sense perception, you are the eternally irreproachable factor covered by the curtain of deluding energy. You are invisible to the foolish observer, exactly as an actor dressed as a player is not recognized. I don't know, it seems like if it's described the Lord himself, his qualities, it's Ashraya, because we ultimately, coming to the point of ten scan towards the personality of Godhead, described as he is. So, but yeah, as we were shorting the previous verse, that like there are so many aspects of his personality which kind of can be some other topic, relate to some other topics, and let me think what other topics are there. So eternally reproachful fact of car, but the current of diluting energy. Kind of could be part. I mean, you could like maybe say Sthanam because it's Lord's position that he's behind the curtain. He creates, but he's not affected by that again. So it's the same thing as the previous verse was saying. And what other? Ishanukatha. Maybe.
Rather about like glorifying devotees and like that, isn't it?
It's rather about glorifying devotees.
I don't know. That's
Ishanukatha is about relationships between devotees and
Okay, so it doesn't mention here yet, I guess. Yeah, I guess that's it, kind of.
Sthanam, most of all. For me, it is also Sthanam, most of all. He creates it, this deluding energy, and yeah, he sets his rules. He sets his rules for us.
Should we go to the next verse?
Shall I read?
Mm-hmm.
We purposefully don't read Sanskrit, or
We can.
We can. I did not think about it. Yes, we can, of course.
Tatha Paramahamsanam Muninam Amalatmanam Bhakti Yoga Vidhanartham Katham Pashyema Histriyaha. You yourself descend to propagate the transcendental science of devotional service unto the hearts of the advanced transcendentalists and mental speculators who are purified by being able to discriminate between matter and spirit. How then can we women know you perfectly? So that's mercy, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Isn't it?
Portion, yeah.
Yeah. Because it's his what it expresses is its active help to the living beings.
Mm-hmm.
And Sthanam also about that our place, we are women, how don't have this opportunity, we have our
Yeah.
limits. Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How can
And
women know you perfectly? That's almost how you say it? Socially incorrect statement nowadays.
Yeah, nowadays for sure.
Okay, but we're quite clear on that. It's Poshanam definitely,
Yeah.
and maybe Stanam, as you said,
Mm-hmm.
probably. Yeah.
okay, can read this. Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nanda Gopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha. Let me therefore offer my respectful obeisances unto the Lord, who has become the son of Vasudeva, the pleasure of Devaki, the boy of Nanda and other cowherd men of Vrindavana, and the enlivener of the cows and the senses.
Ashraya, obviously.
Yeah, we're always.
But probably it seems to me that one could identify some sense of Ashraya in all other topics as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, for sure. He is
So
always there. He is
will
always there.
that will always be a proper answer. That's a little bit pacifying. That if you really don't know, then you can say,
Just say
"I
Asha.
some Ashraya there."
Yeah,
Mhm.
definitely.
If we would say that that the what we were discussing, this Ishanukata being the relationships, then definitely here we got some good offer of the absorption in meditating on many relationships, like son of Vasudeva, pleasure of Dev,
Mm-hmm.
boy of Nanda.
Right.
So it can immerse us in definitely in the deep meditation on the relationships of
Mm-hmm.
Lord and his devotees.
Ishanukatha also, yeah.
Mhm.
Makes sense. Okay, next. Nama Pankaja Nabaya, Nama Pankaja Maline, Nama Pankaja Netraya, Namaste Pankajan Graye. My respectful obeisances are unto you, O Lord, whose abdomen is marked with a depression like a lotus flower, who are always decorated with garlands of lotus flowers, whose glance is as cool as a lotus, and whose feet are engraved with lotuses. It's like 100% Ashraya.
Just wanted to say, could it be Ashraya? In one sense, what makes me sense, like by the etymology, as soon as there is namaha, as soon as there is like obeisances, it immediately must be ashraya, because that's how you express that you take shelter then at you.
Yeah.
Yes, good idea. Good observation. Yeah, I don't have anything to add. Mm, okay. Yatha. No, maybe not my turn. Okay.
Shall I read on?
Yeah.
यथा हृकेशा कालेन देवकी कंसेन रुद्धाति चिरं सुचार्पिता विमोचिताहं च सहात्मजा विभो त्वयैव नाथेन मुहुर्विपद्गनात्. O Hrishikesh, master of the senses and lord of lords, you have released your mother Devaki, who was long imprisoned and distressed by the envious King Kamsa, and me and my children from a series of constant dangers. So one could feel or sense the mukti there, in one sense,
Mm-hmm.
like that feeling of being relieved by the mercy of the Lord. Is that at all reasonable to think like that?
Yes,
Kind
yes,
of, yeah.
yes. Yeah. Also Portanam.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
Can you
kind
say
of
how also in some way, because it's expressing the heart of the devotee towards the Lord, and there is, you know, reciprocation of Krishna protecting and devotees offering prayers and obeisances.
Once more, I'm sorry.
I was saying, so Ishanugatha also probably can take place because it's the reciprocation between the Lord and the devotee. So Krishna gives a
Yeah.
protection, shelter, and the devotee is expressing his heart.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Which would be valid for the whole, like all the prayers.
Basically, yeah.
The
yes.
whole would be, well, like we could say that Kunti's prayers are Ishanukata in that sense, in
Yeah.
Mhm.
view,
Yeah.
which is nice actually to
Mhm.
see that. Especially Maharaj in the lectures, he sometimes points out that devotees are not really relishing the prayers parts of the Bhagavatam.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
So if we would look on it as the glorification of the relationship of the devotee with the Lord, and accepting it as a chance to look into the heart of the devotee, then it might be much more attractive to give a proper attention to the prayers.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I guess the prayers honestly is the most heart-changing parts of Srimad Bhagavatam. I mean,
Yes.
of course, when you see it in the context of the situation of the story. So, but it's like basically devotees pouring out their hearts, the emotion and feelings towards the Lord. So, and we can, they can reflect on our heart if we sincerely a person, basically. It's like
Yeah,
And
acharyas.
yeah, I really like
Sadhu Sangha.
that how you express it, that it's really transformative, because the other parts we might tend to relate to the other parts in a jnanic way, like,
Mhm.
okay, I received some informations, and now I know how the sarga works, and now I know how the sarga works, and all these things. But with the prayers, they, yeah, I really like how did you put it, that they are so transformative actually, if we allow them, actually, if we are not
Mhm.
mechanic about it. If we are
Yeah.
robots, then nothing works really. But yeah, that's the thing, because we get we get the storyline, and in a sense, at least that's reality for me. Like whenever one reads the story, you into some degree you identify with the figures.
Mm-hmm.
So you may at least on a certain level end up in a similar emotional state as the main hero, and then you're like then comes this switch of the prayer, and you can look into the heart of the devotee. You can see even like what emotions did it bring to you, the storyline, how the devotee and
Mm-hmm.
in whatever situation.
Yeah.
And like if we would take a story like how did Vritrasura ended up being Vritrasura.
Mm-hmm.
and one could say like, oh, that's not fair, and then that would be my emotions. Like it's not fair. And then you are exposed to his heart, to his in those super powerful prayers, actually.
Yeah, they are real powerful.
Seeing that there is no trace of being sour, or like, oh, I didn't deserve that. And so it's really healing our it's healing our attitude, and that's why I'm still commenting your point, Anapaini, that
Yeah,
it's
yeah, I definitely hear that.
transformative. It's so transformative.
I think it's the whole point of, like studying Bhagavatam is come in touch with those emotions of great devotees. And by their emotions, heal your consciousness, basically.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the whole process of dance canto, especially, right? So we're hearing about the exclusive love of gopis and Radharani gopis for Krishna. So, and that's the whole thing. So I can finally relate to that, and like, because sometimes like what you were saying, yeah, sometimes like thinking, like in our logic, in our through our perspective, from our experience, like, oh, this situation is not fair, or this is how I would react. But then when I see totally different perspective of that person, then it's like opening the whole new universe for us, like how the heart of great devotee lives and feels. Yeah, that's the whole thing, I guess.
Yeah, like Kunti here, like a few verses later, coming
Yeah,
to.
back for the yeah,
Let's
which
have
was wow. Thanks, Krishna. Thanks for
we
protecting. Kilo protect us more from that stuff. No, she asked, bring us more that bad stuff. That's shocking.
Okay, next. Vishamahagnish Purushada Darshanat Asatsabhaya Vanavasa Kricharada Kricharataha Mrithe Mrithe Naikah Maharatha Strato Drani Astradas Chasma Hare Virakshidam. Oh, my dear Krishna, your lordship has protected us from a poisoned cake, from a great fire, from cannibals, from the vicious assembly, from suffering during our exile in the forest, and from the battle where great generals fought. And now you have saved us from the weapon of Ashwatthama. Mhm. Yes, it is. Ishanukatha is not purely.
Poshanam probably
Portion,
also.
I'm also thinking, yeah. Both.
Yeah. Yes.
Mhm.
Okay.
Speaking about the emotions, which prayers I contain just thinking how much they went through and how much they experienced Krishna in every situation. So, and how much emotion should be there when Kunti says that. So, being again saved by the disaster and danger from by Krishna, from the disaster by Krishna. So,
Yeah.
just one verse, but it's how much packed in this.
Mm.
Mhm.
Yes. Anapai.
Mhm. Vipada santuta shashva tatra tatra jagadguru bhavato darshanam yatsyat apuna bhava darshanam. I wish that all those calamities would happen again and again so that we could see you again and again. For seeing you means that we will no longer see repeated births and deaths.
Nirodha Mukti Ashraya.
Yeah. Well, yeah, so I'll try, of course, for sure. And but I think it's that's the prayer itself is the context of that prayer. If we know like that, she just Kuntideva wants to be connected with the Lord. The whole thing of asking for those situations just to be the seeing the Lord constantly in her life. So it's what is this topic called? Vanvantarach? Oh no, I mean the eternal connection with the Lord.
Malantarach is very behavior according to dharma and
Oh, it's a different one. So well, it's Ashraya. So that's Ashraya. If you go to the essence of the verse, it's like 100% Ashraya.
Yeah. Mhm.
It's still if I wouldn't have to my hand this table of topics and my first question to this verse would be actually where do I see pure devotion there? If the motivation would be that, like express, that's the question. How is the Sanskrit itself? Because if you put it like, I wish that all those calamities would happen again and again so that we could see you again and again. That would be end of the pure devotion part for me, actually, like based on Anyabilashita Shunyam and if you add to it, like foreseeing you means that we will no longer see repeated.
Yeah.
It's
If we check,
for me, it's like the same as probably Vishwanath or someone who comments Sarvadharman Pariteja Mamekam Sharanam Vraja. That's the end of the pure devotion. And then and then I will protect you from all sinful. That's not what pure devotional mentality needs, actually, in a sense. So that would be for me something to really discuss on this verse. To see how to harmonize because it's expressed in the translation of the verse. It's expressed like if the being protected from repeated births and deaths would be the main motivation, which wouldn't be really satisfying, actually.
I
Yeah.
mean, I think if we go like to really identify the topic properly, we have to understand the context of the verse and what exactly it means. Because technically, if you go to the gopi speaking to Krishna, you know, and like approaching him as a you know, Lord, but they speaking totally different thing actually. So you can say it's one topic from all the external perspective in Sanskrit, but if you know the context and real meaning given by acharyas, you know, so then it's going to be totally different topic, isn't it?
Yeah, like now we are with our reading group, we are just going through 46, 47 chapter of the 10th canto, like Uddhava's visit. And the Acharyas repeats again and again, and even before actually, in those geets by the gopis, you know, like being it Gopi Geet or Pranaya Geet or whatever, you find these statements where you could see that where you could interpret it, that like the obvious external meaning looks or seems to be self-motivated. You know, like, oh, we are suffering so much in your absence. In that sense, like, you know, that you could identify, like, yeah, you're suffering, so where's Krishna? Whereas, but our acharyas, they always comment on it, that actually Vishwanath Chakravarti gives brilliant explanations, and very crucial explanations to really understand the purity of Gopi Bhava, in a sense that if they express themselves like this, it already includes their understanding that Krishna can't really be happy otherwise. He can't really be happy with the women of Mathura in the environment of Mathura, and that's why they can just put it as it is. They can just say, like, we are suffering because you're not here, but what it means, actually, we are suffering because you are suffering that you cannot be here. In that sense. And that's our suffering. Our suffering is that we know that you can't get the highest level of your happiness. I believe Madhavananda Prabhu repeated it also many times during the how is it called always? Mathura means, no, Mathura means the Kurukshetra meeting. So he repeated this point, like he made always this example, like, what's the problem for gopis to go to Mathura? It's like,
yeah, it's
50
1 hour drive.
kilometers.
Yeah.
And they've been going there actually to sell their milk products, and they've been used to. So that's the point, that so if this verse would have a similar explanation, then it would be like satisfying. Otherwise, I would like to discuss with some expert Vaishnava how is it, how is the, but I don't remember the purport
No,
here by
it
Prabhupada.
is
So
by Prabhupada. Okay. In this book, Maharaj writes this exactly verse is a prayer that all the calamities and which you sent to us or our teacher, they became my biggest treasure, because they help me to become free from illusion about happiness in this material world, and they help me to want only to be with you, not be distracted on anything else. Yes, it is.
So you can't say it's liberation topic, because it actually Kunti means the attachment to the Lord, that this is her best reward.
Yes. Attachment to the Lord.
That would be one thing. And if you would like to interpret the second part that Naughty Lila Purushottam has a trouble with, we
No
could
longer see repeated births and deaths.
we could see that we could see it in a way that because of those repeated births and deaths, we are always facing the disturbance in our approach to you, in our devotion to you. So let them be gone, so that there is no more disturbance in our devotion. Like not let them be gone so that we don't suffer them, but let them be gone that they are not the obstacles on the part of our bhakti, of our devotion.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Like all her prayers are about making her consciousness, her heart, like one, fully devoted to Krishna, and she is like trying to connect all different parts of her heart, like back to Krishna, like all together.
Yeah, like later we will read that she's praying to be relieved from those news, from the attachment to the family, so that could be in the same mood. Like these are things that are take away my, or that could take away my focus on satisfying you or pleasing you. So let that be gone. Let that disappear.
Yeah, and more Madonna Prabhu often says about that verse, and I think Prabhupada also mentioned that. So she asked about untying this tie of attachment to her man, to her family, in terms of material perspectives. So but she does not ask like totally cut down, forget them, and all that. She wants to be attached to them as Vaishnavas, as those who connected to the Lord and so dear to Him exclusively, basically.
Yeah. In a sense, like, let me not be attached to the husband as a husband, but let me be attached to him as a Vaishnava. I have the Vaishnava Sangha, Krishna Katha, Krishna Kirtan, and yeah.
Okay.
Who's reading?
You are reading.
26th? Is it 26th? Janmaishwarya Shruta Shribhir Idhamana Madah Puman Naivar Hatyabhidatum Vai Vamakinchana Gocharam. That's one. My lord, your lordship can easily be approached, but only by those who are material exhausted. One who is on the path of material progress, trying to improve himself with respectable parentage, great opulence, high education, and bodily beauty, cannot approach you with sincere feeling. Yeah, that's a warning. That would be, in one sense, it could be, but it's not. It's not a topic as it is mentioned. But somehow the first thing I've seen, I have this list of those topics here, as you summarized, is in a table, and seeing the first canto, like Adhikari Tattva, that could very well be the expressing who's the Adhikari, or who is Adhikari actually.
Yeah, I can't think about anything else, honestly. I mean, of course, Ashraya, but
After Nirodha. No, actually, it is also after this sthanam that trying to improve, but just limited.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, some aspect of that.
Yeah. Those who want to improve in their life, they actually cannot. They are not yet there. They are not. They cannot approach you. But those who are already above this level, already understood and exhausted, what is it? Those can receive this portion of actually.
Or Uti, what you say here is quite interesting. How you summarize the topic. And there's few sentences, and then you say, the next topic, Uti, answers this question. Everyone can receive mercy, but not everyone is ready to accept it.
Mm-hmm.
Karma vasanas, the consequences of past actions, determine the behavior of different people. So in one sense, it could be Uti, actually.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yes.
Because she states what is disqualifying person to be able to accept Krishna's mercy, to really appreciate Krishna, isn't it?
Yes. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Thank
Mm-hmm.
you. And duty, it is something which holds back all these things. Okay. Namo kinchana vittaya nivrittaguna vrittaye atmaramaya shantaya kaivalya pataye namaha. My obeisances unto you who are the property of the materially impoverished. You have nothing to do with the actions and reactions of the material modes of nature. You are self-satisfied, and therefore you are the most gentle and are master of the monists. Of the material
Or
modes.
person of friends would be really happy for this news.
Sargam, purely.
Yeah, I also saw the sarga there, definitely. You have nothing to do with actions and reactions of the material modes of nature. That you need to understand the position of the Lord to the material creation, like what's his relationship to the material creation, which is described here. You're self-satisfied, and therefore you're the most gentle and are master of the monists. That would be. Any thoughts on these three things? Self-satisfied Atmarama. We could have probably something like 61 possible interpretations.
All 10 topics appear.
Master of monists. Wow, that's a long.
But Brahman, like, really, like, impressive many things. Like, also, no, self-satisfied is not, it is already personal. But, master of monists, like Brahmavadis.
Shall we read? There is a
Next.
nice last paragraph.
Okay.
Commentary.
Purport, yeah.
Yeah, we can
Yeah.
read.
So
Because This one, because the Lord is the property of the devotees?
Yeah.
And because the Lord is the property of the devotees, and the devotees are the property of the Lord reciprocally. The devotees are certainly transcendental to the modes of material nature. That is a natural conclusion. Such unalloyed devotees are distinct from the mixed devotees who approach the Lord for mitigation of miseries and poverty, or because of inquisitiveness and speculation. The unalloyed devotees and the Lord are transcendentally attached to one another. For others, the Lord has nothing to reciprocate, and therefore he is called Atmarama, self-satisfied as he is. And he is the master of all monists who seek to merge into the existence of the Lord. Such monists merge within the personal effulgence of the Lord called the Brahmajyoti, but the devotees enter into the transcendental pastimes of the Lord, which are never to be misunderstood as material.
So that would be
Sargam, Mukti, Sargam,
Mukti,
Mukti, Ashraya, and Ishanukatha.
Nirodha, Ishanukata. Yeah, Ishanukata definitely, because our Vaishnava interpretation of merging merging as the entering into the transcendental pastimes is wonderful. Wonderful.
Yep. Okay. Let's go maybe quicker. It's only half of the all prayers. So.
Yeah, but I would need to leave in 8 minutes, so I be able to finish all the verses with you today. Just letting you
But
know.
I hope to actually to continue this discussion together with Madhvananda Prabhu.
Yeah, maybe next Thursday we can continue.
Okay, Anapani could be written.
28th. My Lord, I consider your lordship to be eternal time, the supreme controller, without beginning and end, and all pervasive one. In distributing your mercy, you are equal to everyone. The dissensions between living beings are due to social intercourse. Could say it's a saga because it describes the qualities of the Lord beyond this matter, and without beginning and end, all pervasive one. And describing the mercy, it's Poshanam. The third dissensions between living beings are due to social intercourse. Maybe that statement can be like Uti. Because it describes this activity impulse, or
Yes, also this, yes. And Sthanam also.
And also, yeah, again, this karma vasanas, it's like what really binds the living being to certain actions. So
Okay. Okay. Okay, 29.
Bhagavanश्चिकीर्षितम् तवेहमानस्य नृणां विडम्बनं न यस्य कश्चिद्दयितोऽस्ति करहिचित् द्वेष्यश्च यस्मिन् विषमामतिर्नृणाम्. Sorry. O Lord, no one can understand your transcendental pastimes, which appear to be human and so are misleading. You have no specific object of favor, nor do you have any object of envy. people only imagine that you are partial.
Mm. Ashraya?
Definitely.
Human pastimes.
Yeah,
Mhm.
these pastimes also led me to the ashraya, but I'm trying to figure if something more is there.
Mm. Yeah, but that he is impartial, it is portional for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Impartial. No one can understand, and um,
So ashraya and poshanam, you say?
mhm. Janma karma cha vishvatmanam vishvatman ayasya karturatmanam tiryan rishisho yadakshu tattatyanta vidambanam. Of course it is bewildering, O soul of the universe, that you work though you are inactive, and that you take birth, that you are, though you are the vital force and the unborn. You yourself descend amongst animals, men, sages, and aquatics. Verily, this is bewildering. Mm. Soul of universe. Sargam Ashraya. Sargam Ashraya.
You yourself descend. That would be
Portionum.
giving the mercy, leading.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I believe that Prabhupada, but I don't remember it properly. But there's a place where it's not here for me. Oh, he's not a no man. No. Yeah, but I have it connected with, I don't know, it's probably not in this purple, but no, no, it is. The Lord is all prevailing super soul of all existence, and yet he appears in the form of a boar amongst the animals, in the form of a human being as Ram, Krishna, etc., in the form of a rishi like Narayan, and in the form of an aquatic like a fish. And then he's unborn. No, that's not what I was looking for. There is a place where Prabhupada states this that Krishna is not taking birth, but it appears among all the species actually, and expressing it as his mercy on those species, that they all can actually worship the the Lord in that way. So that would just add to the interpreting it as a portion of.
Yes, but also if we take this, that he cannot be understood even by Vedic knowledge, but can easily be understood by pure devotees. So this is also Ishana Katha.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And devotees know, therefore know that also he appears among the animals. He is not an animal, not a man, not a rishi, not a fish. He is
What an
eternal.
order. I'm curious about Buddha's order. Animal, man, rishi, fish.
Yeah, fish is a different category. But from the Vedic point of view, it is actually, it's considered lower than the plants actually.
Really? Oh wow.
Yeah, because it didn't emerge from the water yet.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Sorry,
So
Vaishnav, I need to leave you now.
Okay.
Yes, thank you so much. It was really wonderful to have Katha with you and immerse in Bhagavatam a little bit. Thank you so much.
thank you
Thank
for
you.
being
Yes.
with us.
Yeah, hopefully see you next Thursday then.
Yes. Hopefully. Let's meet.
Hare Krishna, my pronouns to you both.
Hare Krishna. Okay,
So,
then we will continue next time, I guess.
yeah, we
Maybe.
done something, although we will anyway ask Madhavananda Prabhu to help us with it. But I guess, as far as I know him a little bit, that he will not be so much into these technical analysis.
Yeah, I will post the record of our meeting in the WhatsApp chat so everybody they could see it, find it easily. All our records are on YouTube channel, but this I will post separately. Okay. Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila
Yeah.
Prabhupada ki jai, Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki jai.
Mm.
Hare